This is the book that I'll be reviewing for today's video, so let's go ahead and get started. Forgiveness that rewards a young woman's purity stolen away. Will she forgive the man who stole it? Faith of the unborn. So I already did review the book 1 of your series, so I'm going to try not to be repetitive, so this video is probably going to be a lot shorter. But I love how in the beginning here you did capitalize each word, so that's great. And honestly, higher content books have different titles than low content books, and I think what you have written here is probably pretty good. You have Faith of the Unborn for your series. I'm not sure if you want to capitalize the U in unborn as well, but that's just kind of my suggestion there. This was published this year, actually, January 3rd, 2023, and I think your other one was December 2022 or somewhere around there. So you did get these out relatively quickly, and this one is also making sales 1.9 million and has 1 rating so far. So that's great. You should be getting some royalties from that. The print length is 277, which is about 100, almost 100 more than your other books, so more pages, and 6x9. So you have the same price, $12.99, which I'm a little surprised because you have so many more pages. I thought that your royalties would probably go down, but I'm guessing you want to keep both the books the same price, so that's fine. Again, like, the price is perfectly fine. Going on to your description. Katharina Clint is a Christian young woman with her life going well, but then one day, I'm not going to read through everything, just going to skim it. She had chosen to save her purity for her husband, but against her will, that precious gift was stolen away from her. So going through your whole description, I think you definitely give an idea of what the book is actually about. And I just want to reiterate, like I did in the previous video, that please no arguments or opinions or anything disrespectful or just no fighting in the comments, please. I know this topic is very sensitive, so I just don't want to have a fight break out in the comments. So thank you so much. And I'm going to skip over some words just because for monetization, I have to be careful kind of what I say throughout the video. Okay, so moving on. So I think your description is overall pretty good. You have what the book is about, and that's mostly what you want to do for high content. If you do want to spice it up a little bit, you could add maybe like the title and author of the book right here, like bold and italicized, and then you could maybe do like specifications, do like page number and like book size, but I don't really see that as common in higher content books, so I think what you have here is probably good. It's the same size, 6x9, as your other book, so I think that's fine as well. Again, with the author page, I would create an author page. Like, it doesn't say you have one, so unless it's glitching on my end, I would definitely add one. And moving on to your cover here, it's really hard to see your title again. Like, the words kind of just blend in with your background, and I would probably not have these left-centered. I'd probably just have them centered or separated. It's hard to read this bottom part as well. I think your author name here is great, so I would potentially change the cover a bit. I'm not sure if there's a reason like why half of it is gray and half of it is a picture, so maybe having the same picture throughout. I would just revamp your cover. That may be a reason you're not getting as many clicks, because it's a little hard to read and kind of figure out what the book is about from the cover until I read this bottom part here, and it's a little hard to read. So I would just change that up a little bit. And your back is fine. It is a little hard to read, again, like this part here, so I would maybe change that, but overall, like, I can read what it says if I focus on it, but it just might be something that deters people away from your book, but you are getting sales. So obviously you can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt if you would like. So I'm just going to do the look inside feature, and I'm guessing it's going to be very similar to your first book. At least that is what I'm guessing, since it's it's book number 2. And let me just scroll down. Forgiveness that rewards, Kaylee E. Keys. So I would probably center this here so it's all the same. Acknowledgements. This looks very similar. Chapter 1. Yeah, this looks like basically identical to your first one. So all of my same comments and suggestions would go to this one. Sorry, I'm like struggling to talk today for some reason. It's alright. Still waking up a little bit here. So moving on to the keywords that you put for this book, I'm only looking up one of the keywords, which is purity. And again, similar to what I said in your first book, if you're trying to make this searchable or like creating the book off of validating a niche with this keyword, it's not really going to work. Has a score of 29, 30,000 results, 0 independently published. I mean, the first sponsored ad is a facial cleanser. It has literally nothing to do with what your book is about. And the BSR is low, but that's just, it doesn't really matter because none of those are really related to what your book is about. So obviously, I think you created this book because you felt like you needed to, and this is something you're passionate about, and that is amazing. But I just like the keywords that you have in validating your niche research. I don't really see that with the keywords that you provided with me. Maybe there's some other words that you used, but when you create a book off of wanting to create it on your own, like not validating a niche, you simply just want to create it, then you're not always going to have a validated niche to go into. And I really hope that makes sense. So it's perfectly fine. I encourage everybody to create books they feel they need to create. You just might have a harder time getting sales because if it's not searchable, then you might need to do ad campaigns, or like marketing campaigns. Like there's other things you might need to do. Organic sales are going to be harder. So please check out the first video as well, because a lot of my tips and suggestions from that book also go into this book, as they are very, very similar. So I just want to say I really appreciate you submitting your book. And if anybody else would like to submit their book for you, you can go ahead and fill out the form in the description below. So a great job on completing your series. That's amazing. So much effort has gone into this. So congratulations. And don't give up. If you really love KDP and publishing books, then please keep doing that. So I really appreciate you guys watching and listening. I hope that you have a great day.